All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. So there's this big thing going on around the whole country, and everybody's emailed me. I think I received probably 200 plus emails and text messages about the current administration stating they wanted to dissolve the postal board of commissioners and move the United States Postal Service underneath another organization, and everybody's in a panic. And I didn't want to report on it because it was only speculation and it's just a rumor. And I just like to look at things for what they are. Right now, it was just a rumor. So to kill that rumor, an article just popped out. White House denies plans to take control over the Postal Service, which could lead to privatization and service to rural customers. The Trump administration, this is what they said, is considering steps that could give it more control over the independent U.S. Postal Service, according to multiple published reports. Again, rumors. It's a move that could upend Americans' critical deliveries, including online purchases, prescription drugs, checks, and vote-by-mail ballots. Again, rumors. The Washington Post first reported late Thursday, which is when I started getting all the damn emails, citing numerous anonymous sources that the current administration planned to disband the United States Postal Service's Board of Governors and place the agency under direct control of the Commerce Department and Secretary Howard Lutnick. The Wall Street Journal also Friday reported on the plan to dissolve the commission, citing government officials. Again, this is just a bunch of he say, she say. The Postal Service did not respond to requests for comment, but a White House official denied that Trump planned to sign such an order. This is not true. No such EO, which is the executive order, is in the works. And Secretary Lutnick is not pushing for such an executive order, the official told this other place. However, the denial from the White House was silent on the question whether it's interested in privatizing the service, which is something that the current administration has voiced support upon in the past. Now, even if the main question was whether or not they were going to put it underneath the commerce. So even if we were underneath the commerce, we'd still be federal employees. But they shot that down. We've been talking about the what ifs in regards to privatization. So if they say, no, we're not trying to put them underneath the commerce, cool. And they don't say anything about the privatization, that's still cool, because regardless of, you still have to get Congress to approve that. There's too many loopholes, and it would take too long to just make that just pass through. So for everybody to rest their mind and rest easy at this specific moment, as of this recording on Friday, the 21st, there is no such plans, according to the White House themselves. All the other ones were speculations. I waited because I wanted to hear whether or not the White House had something to say this time of the day. And according to what they have specifically said so far, no such change. I hope we just took and nipped that thing in the butt, and hopefully some of you guys can rest easy. Now, I have something totally different. We got that out the way that I wanted to talk about, because it kind of blew my mind when I heard it. Not a big thing, but a thing. When I had my Zoom thing the other night, I realized that, although there was a slate, which is just a few people that decided they wanted to run together, that was running for a specific against the current administration in a local branch, and everything they said sounded so great, right? Great. There's an issue because a lot of people don't know how emails come to me behind the scenes, and I'm telling you, beginning of next month, I got to stop that. But they've been asking me, how do we do something like that? Our president isn't doing this, or our vice president is in bed with this. And so I showed you that it was there and it's available to do. There's a lot of people that want to be involved, but they felt like they were being blackballed, silenced, or they did not know how. And that's the messages that I got behind the scenes. I am going to have a guest on. I don't think it'll be today, maybe Monday, that we're going to talk to everybody. And hopefully enough people will get the seed planted. If you know somebody that you feel can be a good leader versus the current leaders that you have now. Now, this is not a knock on the current local leaders. This is not that. But you may feel like you're doing great, local president. Your whole crew that you have there may feel like they're doing great. But you represent the people. So do the people feel like you're doing great? They said you can't be a good leader if you're just sitting behind the desk. You have to be out and move. Now, so again, this is not against any of the locals, because a lot of the locals don't like to hear me talk because I share that information. That's the one thing that a lot of them don't realize. When you opened up these platforms, when you opened up the Corey Waltons, and you opened up the YouTubes and the Instagrams and the Snapchats and all that other foolishness around the country, you have connected people from the East Coast to the West Coast to the South to the North. Now there's information sharing, there's networking, and things that a lot of the locals did not want their members to know were available are now readily available. And I'm going to do my best to connect the dots. I'm going to put people in contact with other people that can help them, that can give them the know-how to transfer the knowledge so that people say, shit, I did not know that I could do this, or we could request that, or the union dues were meant for this. The stuff that you're not doing at your local union that you choose to keep behind the scenes or keep under wrap, that's not fair for the local union members that have been paying willfully and skillfully for all these years. And you shouldn't worry if you're being transparent. We can sit here and talk about Renfro being transparent or not, but if you're not being transparent on the local level, we are going to make sure that there are people that are educating themselves to build this NALC up to become a union that people are ready to say, hey, I don't mind giving my money to. Because if the people in your locals are saying, I'm disgusted with our local president, then maybe it's not them. Maybe it's you. You know, you got to get a group of like-minded people and let them have the opportunity to do things democratically and run against. And you will see, if you're doing a great job, you'll be voted back in. But if you're not doing a great job, you have to accept the results that somebody else is going to come in and step up and do what you're not doing. We can no longer be complacent. The world is changing. The whole landscape of the post office is changing. And 20 years ago, people in the West Coast in Massachusetts, in the West Coast in Oregon, could not reach people on the East Coast in Massachusetts. Not readily. Now they have that opportunity. And there's gonna be people that are willing to share information on how to build a new slate, or how to build up members so that they have knowledge. If you wanna be a leader and your members don't have knowledge, and that's up to them to do. No, you gotta do a little bit due diligence. You gotta share some of that knowledge. Some of you don't wanna do that. But now the opportunity is there. We're going to continue to keep pushing, educating all of the members, not just in the NALC, but all of the unions, because there's a battle ahead of us. All right. It's not us against the United States Postal Service. No, we work for them. But there's just a battle on fair wages, fair working conditions, fair management, etc. And you should be willing to and happy that your members want to educate themselves. And if you're offended by it, then it applies to you. So you shouldn't be upset with Jay because I'm just being the mediator just to connect the dots. I don't have that information, but I know people that do. And they're willing to talk and educate anybody that wants to be part of and wants to be the beginning of the change that we need. Today, from here on out, we're going to change the culture. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. We're going to change the culture. This is JH, and I hope this message resonated with somebody. And I'm out.